Welcome to Veteran's channel. I'm Veteran. This is No Man's Sky. This is the universe as we know it, or try to know it. And I'll be taking you out on a journey filled with sidetracks and backtracks and whatever we encounter on the way. There's no plans to what we do, and there's a lot of plans to what we do. So, will we be doing what we plan to do? Who knows? I'm here to help you if you are new to the game, or even if you have played for a while and have something you wonder over. Come around and ask, and I'll be happy to try to answer it the best I can. I will, as always, tell you if I don't know. So, we are at our viewpoint, looking out on the stars and some of our frigates, which is placed around our freighter. And I did not look up how I get living frigates. So, I should have done that. I have not done the homework I should have done. So, why are my keyboard not doing what it's supposed to do? Well, that was weird. I have a G510 which is pre-programmed to different games, and this is actually running on the profile of another game, and normally have had no problems doing so. So I can see one of our frigates is still in the making. That was the 25 hours one, so that will be back later when we end the stream probably. So let's see what we get out of it today. I'm actually wondering if I cleaned up the freighter yesterday. But that's one thing we'll have to find out. Otherwise, I'll have to do it now. And I didn't. I'm a disgrace. Don't do my homework. Don't clean up after myself, okay? At least I only have myself to blame, so that is what it's going to be. Me blaming me. And no, I'm not going to sit for 5 hours doing that. That would be quite boring. So I must admit, the last couple of days I've been suffering from a little bit of fatigue, so that's why I have been a little bit relaxed with cleaning up and stuff like that in the end of the stream, because I was kind of nagged. So I hope I will get back to my normal processes quite quickly and actually do the things I should be doing. I did clean up the exosuit and the starship, I believe. So I have a lot of stuff to sell. Which is fine, that was expected. It's not that it can't be where it's sitting, but I do prefer to have a natural separation between trade stuff and things to use. So up here is all for sale and all down here is, apart from that, is for usage. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. These become dihydrogen when I refine them, so and I have been lazy picking that up because I've been running around doing missions and I don't know why I haven't done that. So it's been focusing a lot on the trade side, and that's again is not always the best way of taking. It's you miss out certain things if you don't do them, and I should actually do a little bit more exploring in between as well. I think that might be more interesting to watch as well. So I need to find a kind of part to actually get a little bit more visual and interesting things to do. So we should be able to make a couple more. Not many, but hopefully. Just said I prefer to have the sales things. If I do that, it will place it in the first free slot. So I'm not going to sell because I will actually refine it and then do it that way. I prefer to have them in certain ways. Something like that. In gel I have loads of that I could make into chromatic metal, but I would then lose money on it. So I'm just going to say I have plenty. Problems the last couple of days is that I haven't sold a lot of merchandise of resources, so that is what I have been struggling a little bit with, so that's why I have so much on my ship. The trade stuff I have been kind of doing from trade posts and space stations. I've done quite well with. And that's in itself fine, but I do sometimes kind of depend on also doing the resources. So see, this is the naughty pile. Smuggling. Yes, there's a lot of things I could sell, but I haven't done it, so that is kind of my mistake. I don't need that now. So it's a little bit tricky when I don't have all the fuel I would like. This one is running into tomorrow at some point after we have started, so that's going to take the most of the fuel. But I rather want to send that off, so so that the one which is still on. So off that goes. check the trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a support. Thing is, I have so many of these. Use some of them, so I might get more stuff. I don't know how much fuel I have left, but 1, 2, 3. So the question is if I have enough fuel to send this off. Now I don't have space for anymore, so I just have to check the one which says awaiting. It is actually back, so let's quickly look at that as well while we can. These always comes out with a lot of stuff. Storage augmentation is nice. Have 100 tons of fuel. I need probably 150, so we'll send that off later. Let's just clean this up. Sure. All done. So it's time for our farming run. I needed to check something because I had a very good question. I do have all the storage rooms. So I have earlier sometimes forgotten to build all the storage rooms, so it's not invalid that, to say that I might not have them. Thing is, I tend to forget I have a trades terminal here, so my ship is not close enough to do that. Okay, then it's irrelevant. Well, I take the free nanites from this guy every day. And actually, by using him, you also know what they ask for in the anomaly, because it's the same. All these warps to other places, the teleportation is different galaxies. And you're actually traveling around between them. I will say the longer you go, it does take some longer time to actually the plans. Let's get the paraffinium. And on to the next one. Sometimes in this game is very dramatic. It's kind of funny. Sobering. On the other side we have the cadmium. The only thing of the heavy metals I don't go farming for is heavy metal. The base metals, I don't go for copper because there seems to be more yellow sun systems, and I feel I don't really need that. I will consider at some point to do emerald as well. Get a lock on that one. So those who watched yesterday, I would say I have uploaded the video with the S-Class fighter I came across on YouTube, so if anyone was interested you can find that there without watching the whole stream video. Apart from that, I'm starting cutting out interesting things from the streams as well and upload. So there is a lot of things that end up on YouTube. All of my earlier streams are there as well, so if you're interested you can go back and follow this journey from day one. This save was made only for streaming. Go. These are closed, so take them. There used to be some dihydrogen here as well, but that has not regrown yet, so on we go. So we just have the phosphorus left. how it tags them. Yeah, actually have the storage up on the roof. And you don't have to go up to take it. Same if you need the power, for instance, you don't have to go there. So this was where we ended yesterday. That might be a good place to start today. So I've been moving to Eltiensleen galaxy, and it's going slowly, so have not been any need for rush or anything. It's just trotting along really, and doing missions, trying to get as much storage augmentation as I can. And, that's really it, I would say. Do have a little bit of things just in case. It is only just in case things go. So just taking a peek to see if buy more of these.
Product received.
Of any of the resources is in positive. I do not want to sell them in negative value, so thing is, you don't earn money if you just take the losses. Well, you do earn money because it doesn't cost you anything, but I'm saying don't be silly with it. There's none of them I am interested in right now. So let's go flying. B-A-C. Fighter. Let's see. Could have been cool. The last one had been an S, but no. Check. Everything is fine, good. I would like to check that everything looks like it should look. So before I do the wall, I will collect some goodies here. It is part of the creating frigate fuel as well, because you need tritium. You get that among other places from asteroid belts. That's the best place to farm them. You get gold, silver and platinum from these as well. If you want to farm for a little bit resources, it's actually not a bad idea to spend a little bit of time in asteroid belts and just take. The thing is, you need gold for many repairs if you get into situations where you need to repair stuff. Let's make a jump. Need to go to the galactic core. I only take one leg at a time because I actually do want to trade. I do want to see what's in the systems, what missions there is. So I'm actually not in a rush. I do take a black hole from time to time, but that's the only rushing thing I actually do. Do we come into a battle? Prefer not to be sitting on the freighters, and I do prefer not to shoot at the miner. Oh, my computer knows which is far away. There's some obviously flying around me. Virus is not as such a problem. Just keep an eye on your shields. As I said multiple times, hotkey them so you know exactly how to quickly refill your shields, and then you should always be able to survive it.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Is there? That looks like it's on the other side. So go around and look for it there. There it is. And that's where the entrance to the flight deck is. Control your speed. And that wakes everyone up, including me. So I always just take a look. What is it? It's the Sea Raider. So I know I will not be interested in taking the freighter, but I'll go straight for the reward. But if you're interested in getting the freighter, then you inspect it and go through that line. The reward is always a cargo hold, standing, nanites, and gold. Which is okay. The cargo slot is quite nice to have. I actually have built mine up, so I'm just saving them, because if I get another freight at some point, there might be space for more slots. Space stations, we need to take a tour around. Well, we don't need to, but I want to. I don't buy technology upgrades to this ship, but I need to sometimes sell what I have accumulated, especially those I can't use. Some of these I actually can't use either. That one I need to look at. So I do hoard a lot of things, and these are unfortunately one of them. A-class, multi-tool, very small one. This is a core workstation, so this is the guy in the back you need to talk to. These are not worth buying, but it might be worth going to a trade station. Buying gnomes are relatively cheap. So, let's start from the top. Those are good.
Units received.
Those are good.
Units received.
Those are good.
Units received.
Those are good.
Units received. Units received.
Oh,
Units received.
at least I got rid of something. Good. So, 1.8 billion, 83. I'm not trying to keep up how much I earn or anything because that is kind of irrelevant. I also spend sometimes. And the good thing is when you have loads of coinage, you don't actually have to think about the price of fish, so to speak, because everything is just fine. You can do what you think you need to do. And that's actually my purpose, to have shitloads of coins, because I don't want to be in a situation where I can't afford to do whatever I would like to do. So that's the whole thing. I mean, if I see a ship I want to buy, and I'm looking at a very cheap shuttle, but then I just like to actually be able to do so. Two travelers standing here. I've never seen them stand like that. That's a little bit odd. I'm a little bit curious to see which language I actually get fully first. This is going to take me forever. I do collect the multi-tool expansion slots as well, because I have multiple multi-tools which I actually want to fill out, but actually I have 16 slots sitting. So get a gift. Gifts are good. They're actually very good. Mind control device. I luckily used 3 of them today, so there's another traveler. There's a lot of travelers here. Bear with me a second. I need to check something. I should have done the but okay. I am being silly here. Because we talked about yesterday. Actually do have blueprint, I believe. 3 of them. Living glass needs real glass to make. Glass. And then glass. It has to be refined, doesn't it? So, lubricant and I need the dream. Where did it go? Three living glass, okay. Oh, there it takes 5 glass for each, okay. So, me being stupid doesn't help. Okay, that is actually fine. So the thing is, I need living frigates to get upgrades to my living ship, so that's and you find them by using the dream aerial. Makes sense in a weird twisted way. So we put down here with those who need to be in. These can actually be anywhere. So back to refining them. Okay. So I didn't have any missions here, so I'm actually going to find a trading post and just do some trading, hopefully. Road is behind the space station. Of course it is. grassy planet, they are normally quite nice. Pretty green grass at home. Nice weather. I'm not going to hear any objection from me about that. Solar. Something on there? No.
Product received. Product received. Product received.
Oh, just checking if I can sell any of my resources. That one is good.
Units received. Units received.
Is there any boxes up here? Nope.
Units received.
That is a predator just.
Units received.
But I don't need one now. That's one mission I'm kind of avoiding because they never really show up where
Units received.
you land if you are on that mission. So it looks like a kind of neat planet. There is sentinels though.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
A lot of life form animals there, so it's kind of nice to see that an environment you would expect them to be actually wholesome.
Units received.
Nothing flying around though. he's not here. So, upwards and onwards. I used to love to fly over the landscapes on nice planets. Well, nice planets, odd planets. I don't like those which are very dark. There's actually is it an abandoned building? Said I should remember a little bit of the exploration part of the game as well. I seem to have abandoned that lately, and that's actually not on purpose because it's one of the things which I enjoy, finding buildings, seeing what's in them. Taking a very... It is an abandoned building, by the way. What gave it away? The Whispering Eggs. So, when you are starting a game, you very often run into abandoned buildings. They have a couple of good things. One of them is there is a deserted terminal. When you go to it, you get this junk. Leave that for a moment. The terminal will talk to you, so to speak. You click through it, it will tell you something about a traveler until a certain point where it's filled out. It's told you the whole story. That's where I am now. That's why it says hello world. But when you analyze data log, you will get nanites. And you will get between 120 something and 150. In the start of the game, you don't have many nanites. You can actually go through it over and over again, and you will get exactly the same amount added to your account. So you can make a little bit of a nanite foundation from an abandoned building. There's also always some boxes with things in, and there's sometimes something on the wall which will give you something. It might not be great, but there is a little bit. I noticed there was a check stock transfer that will give you some coins as well. Not many, but a little bit, and every little helps, especially at the start of the game. Then, outside, there is these Whispering Eggs. When you shoot them with your mining laser, they will become level coal. But when you do that, you will attract monstrosities. They're called abnormal horrors. And they can kill you if you are not geared up and can actually kill them. But there is a safe way of doing it. And if you want me to show that, let me know. But I normally don't bother doing them, because the eggs can be sold for quite good coinage, no doubt about that. Or they can be refined into nanites. So it's one way where it will or can help you in the beginning of the game, but you need to be careful with the eggs. But let me know in chat if you want to see how to do it safely. And I will be happy to demonstrate it. So I need to dismiss some frigates so I can get living ones. Okay. So let's just quickly do that. Where are the space station? Around there-ish. So these can be tricky, because if you're scanned and you have contraband, they will ask for it or they will attack you, or both. So bear with me, I have to go back to the freighter and sort that out. Not quite sure how I deal with that. Manage fleet. So So, although it hurts me, it's one thing I have to do if I want the living crickets. And I actually was thinking I want 3 of them, but I've only dismissed 2, so let's see what I get before I dismiss anything else. Actually, I should have 1 of each, so it's 5. Ah. Would probably be optimal. So let's see how I just try to dismiss the worst one I had. 3. So we off to the next system. Looks very Earth-like. Take a scan, see if it is huge dusty one. Okay. I wouldn't mind a paradise planet, at least just to park my freighter at, because that's not in this galaxy. Sub-Zero planet. Activated indium. Sounds interesting. Around just to see what is happening on this side as well as the other side, and I'm still trading, so it's a B class. There's a little bit more letters today than there has been the other ones. Phone is laying in a very bad place. I can't see it. You might ask why you want to see your phone. Well, I do have someone to check my sound sometimes just to make sure that it's fine. Dirt. Expensive wiring looms. To sell here, yeah. Those.
Units received.
Nope. What is he going to hit me? Scanner module can be useful. Check that. Even though I'm quite happy with what is, but what is not useful, but a little bit of coinage.
Units received.
So my point is, when you run around and use your eyes and get things, everything you get for free is good. Anger. Forces. Okay, that was a very bad choice of words. See if I can find a good word. Well, at least I got a gift out of that. So these would earlier have been something I went for, but I'll take the kill 14 one. Get a multi-tool slot. That's worth a lot of money. More mind control devices, okay. So what have we got here? B Explorer, SC Fighter. Hello there, long time no see. How are you? Okay. How did that go? That's good. One thing I found out is for me it's more dependent on my internet connection. My earlier one yeah, that might be true. I have quite good RAM in this one, so that's not been a problem. But I don't know if you know, but I moved house the last couple of weeks. That's why I haven't been on. So I got a better internet connection now, and it's actually very stable and fine. In my old house, it was going up and down because there was a lot of people sharing a shitty connection, and even though they say that it doesn't affect anything, but it does. Yeah, it's a bare wall. There will be things on it eventually. But my vocal has also been a little bit echoing because the room was pretty much empty when I started Sunday evening. But it's going the right way. Well, the dining wall before was a curtain because I had a window behind me, and that I didn't want to have that sitting open because my dog had a tendency to lay in the window and shout at everything moving outside. But yeah, it actually gives better light, weirdly enough, with a light wall. And I'm sure the echo will go with more furniture. I'm glad to hear that. I was thinking putting some posters or paintings up, pictures, but I might just leave it as it is. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, of course, of course. I got a picture from Paris when I went there with Josephine Baker in banana skirt. That is probably not approvable to put on the wall, but more friendly things. No, I'm very mindful about keeping no. I fully agree that you have to make sure everyone can actually watch without being offended in any ways. I think I might have a problem here. Yeah, I like it most of the time. I have taken that to me after your nice advice. But that's the thing, it's always nice when actually we can help each other somehow, give tips and tricks, and I know it's always down to, yeah, it's my game, but and I play like I want to, but I actually do enjoy learning new things, new ways of doing things, because I know with myself I'm some. Yeah, I know, but I have built it up so much, so I need to go through that at a point and set it up properly. But you're absolutely right. That's the proper way of doing it. So let's see what. Oh, I can claim ship, so
Incoming storm.
I can scrap it. I wasn't sure if I had. I've gotten a couple of ships lately, so I was suddenly wondering if I actually had space for any new ones. Yeah, I got a S-Class one and with the folding wings, so I'm kind of happy with that. And I scrapped a number, so I earned a lot of coins that way. So, and I got myself a living ship as well. I finally went through the missions with that. So I have caught up on pretty much everything now, so but I know now if I ever should be in a situation where I need coinage, then hunting sentinel interceptors would be a very good way of doing it. That is really where you can earn shitloads of money. So I know this is only going to be pocket money for me, but still I don't say no thank you to a little bit. They should keep it a little bit higher because there is a little bit of challenge to get them. So I mean, work rate and reward should be at least giving a little bit. But you're probably right, they would be caught. That's how it normally goes. Yeah, you might be right. And it still calls my solar when I'm scrapping things. I've been lazy with these, so I ran out of fuel for my frigate, which is a little bit stupid. I've actually been running around like a headless chicken lately. I got this one. Pack in the wings, that's quite nice. I'm not started flying in it, I need to kit it up first. But they are quite potent, so that's not a bad thing. Why is it always when I look for an abandoned building, I get distress signals? If I look for distress signals, I get abandoned buildings. I think the game sometimes is mocking me. Well, this is the 9th galaxy. I mean, so I have found Calypso was a galaxy of hell because all the planets I found and went to was very extreme. This one is very balanced, but there's very few good planets, so but this comes with a little bit of everything, I would say. I must admit, some of the galaxies I went very quickly through because I ended up at the center of the galaxy when I started, so I didn't see much of them. I actually like this one because it has from very extreme to very pleasurable planets, and you get a little bit of everything. I don't like where everything is nice or everything is harsh. I like the diversity. Yeah, but I don't find in Euclid you find the very extreme planets. Because when you come to, for instance, Calypso, you can come to planets where weather like I'm sitting here waiting out is actually the norm. Ah, okay. I don't feel that Euclid has had, but I might just not remember it, or I might have been lucky. Who knows? But I have heard rumors that there are galaxies which is worse than Calypso, so I don't know when I run into one of them, if. But I'm kind of just trotting along and see what happens really. It's not like I'm trying to get through all galaxies as quick as possible, because that I would find a little bit boring as well. Always trying to kind of do everything which makes the game a little bit fun. And that includes things like exploring and yeah, exploring as one part of it, because I do a lot of trading and fighting as well, and of course surviving. Oh yeah. That it seems a little bit like when you are hit by all the issues, then the Sentinels come to make your day even better. That is that is like, well, you asked for it. You said you could deal with the weather, deal with us as well. Oh, by the way, I would say anyone on the channel, feel free to join into the conversation. What's the worst extreme planet you have encountered? I'll say one of my worst one was I was doing a mission and I ended up I had to search for something. Oh dear. Lightning. Then there was storm crystals. But this was a swampy planet and it was very humid and moist. It said, it was not like that bothered me or anything, but then suddenly extreme storm hit and it pulled me up in the air, and for good 10-15 minutes I was just flying around in this tornado. That was a little bit funny. Oh yeah. It hit you, or the ground where you were, so you got damaged. That's horrible when things like that happens. I don't know with you, but I feel as I'm a very, very small entity in that big world that I'm in. I have to see if I can find an abandoned building. So still across the middle. So another distress signal. No, that was an abandoned building this time. I haven't actually met any of those extreme cold icy planets. They have, well, it have been cold enough, up to 90 degrees or something like that, but I've only heard about the 200 plus freeze on some planets. I haven't encountered it, but I have had in the other end, temperatures up at 400 degrees Celsius heat, and it just sucked my shield so immensely quick. That was probably very, very warm. No, when they just start, you can see them going down. Then you know that it's bad. Abandoned buildings is always a little bit of a sad thing, but I cannot pass them without taking that little there is in them. I do like everything that is free. There's something hanging in the ceiling here, I will bet you. Doesn't look like it. Hey, money. So. So earlier I talked about what happens when you shoot at the whispering eggs. This happens.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
And I'm being very naughty right now. I needed to kill 14 and I've done that very easily. Yeah, but it's about doing it as easy as possible, and it's always good to just get it done, I would say. Everything else would be silly. Yeah. I find it easier to use the monstrosities for those because you get them all assembled one place instead of running around on a planet for 20 minutes to find number 14. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I also got the trick with feeding them and lure them in that way, but it is a little bit naughty. At least they die with a full belly. Nah, can't be bothered with those. Oh, there's an S-Fighter. If anyone should be interested. I always make a public service with S-class ships because some people are actually looking for a very specific one, and I mean, it doesn't cost me much time to just show the glyph address and say it's on the space station, so it's actually easy to go here and camp out. And we are in the Ukiham-Itno system on the space station, so it's actually quite easy to find. So see what that actually was. I was more intrigued by it's a neat little fighter, and they tend to be a little bit faster when you fight on planets. Mine, for instance, is a little bit sluggish when I'm too close. That might be worth thinking about, because that would be quite a good bargain, wouldn't it? That's a good one. That's a real good one. That's worth thinking about. But I'm not quite sure I want anyone in my platoon, because they have a tendency to get in my way all the time. That's not always the greatest of inventions. I would say. I would wish you could kind of set your own formation, how to fly them. But I would kind of prefer to have two on each side, or in a V formation with me in front. But Oh yeah, it's what did they call it? It's Royal Air Force Bomber Day today or something like that. And the area we moved to is was known as Bomber Country during World War II. There was 20 plus airfields around this area, and they flew a Lancaster bomber over all the old airfields. So the village we're living in had one, and this Lancaster came flying over us at something like 500 meters up, and then turned over, so we saw the whole plane from top. That was amazing. As long as they stay out of my aim, because it's always happening when you shoot at something, then they go in front of you, so you shoot their shielding instead, and that is rather annoying.
Units received.
That is not how I enjoy fighting, shooting friendly fire. Friendly in quotation marks. Yeah, I also noticed that. Especially where you defend freighters. That's it seems a little bit like it's a good idea, which has not really been okay. It's like it's not really been thought through. Yeah. I agree. fully. I was thinking, because you actually have okay. I was thinking if there was anything in the I just wondered if there was something you could do in here, but not. Okay.
Alert. Navigational data received.
I just suddenly got the idea there might be have been a setting where you could do something, but no, not for that. But as I run away from old fights, so I don't need them. You should have seen me one of the days before, just before I went on holiday. I was pissed off because everything just went wrong, and then some sentinels started attacking me, and I just went berserk. And I think I was sitting for half an hour just fighting. Someone commented in chat and said, are you angry? I was swearing and well, it actually ended with a very good laugh because that's oh, that's a nice one. You know, it's just a sea. I like those. No, I was just farming something, and it was one with a little bit aggressive sentinels, and I'm just. Yeah, that might have been possible. But I ended running away and fly up, and then of course take the fight with the Interceptors. And I ended killing the freighter. That was when it stopped.
Pronouns received. Pronouns received. Pronouns received.
But you know, sometimes you have a bad day, then go into a computer game and then kill things. That's not too bad. And then nobody gets harmed, other than some pixels. And sometimes my mouse, but only from heavy usage, not for... I have not yet rage quit anything by throwing with things. Yeah, I found out an odd thing the other day. Yeah. I know what you are talking about. No, I found out the other day, when you find a sentinel pillar, make sure you let them summon a lot of sentinels before you disable it. Because when I disable it, they all drop those containers. And the funniest thing is, I had a mission to raid a depot. When I came to the depot, which was next to but next to the depot was literally next to the pillar. And when I came there was no sentinels either, because I had disabled them. So that was quite an easy mission to do that way. I used to be very cautious with the pillars because I got beaten up a couple of times by the walkers. But actually now I got a weapon with a punch. They don't seem to be too bad anymore. So. Yeah, it does. And I always advise that as soon as you survive the first tasks and get to your ship, then start focusing on upgrading your gear. Both for survivability, but also for things to earn money. That helps you a lot. And get nanites. That is almost a must as well from the beginning. So I think it's my computer actually even here. I have it a little bit closer to the microphone than I used to. Even though it's relatively quiet, but sometimes it then suddenly tells me it is warm. Yeah. Oh, I don't need a fan yet. Britain is relatively cold at the moment. It's not, well, cold. It's not cold, but it's not warm either. And I must admit, here I can actually open the windows without too much traffic noise. So now I'm in the countryside where it is relatively quiet. There is the odd car coming by, but it's not like it was in the old house because the main true driveway was just outside my window, so if I opened the window there, you could constantly hear traffic. And all the youngsters on their mopeds. What do I need him for? But it's actually lovely, really lovely, quiet here. I really enjoy when you go outside, you hear nature more than you hear the neighbors screaming at each other because the wife forgot to buy something at the supermarket or stupid things like that. The worst part is you can't even make that shit up, people. So, So, anything I can sell. Can't keep spending money without earning money. I will. locker room.